Now that we've finished the train, we're going to start dimensioning it in a set of working drawings. Now these are going to be a little more detailed than anything you're used to, so be sure you follow along quite well here, because it's easy to get lost, but it's really easy to do if you just pay attention to little details. So the first thing we're going to do is click New, and this time we're going to work with an SPHS C. So this is a C-size sheet of paper. It's going to be bigger. What we're going to do here is just call this our miniature train. Whoops, train, Peterson 1, and the cover sheet is always going to be the first page. Okay? So once we have this, you can see now our border here, our little template, is a lot smaller than it used to be. It doesn't take up as much page space because this is a much bigger sheet of paper. So just like we always do, we're going to come in here and drop the assembly. We're going to drop the explosion. I'll go ahead and put the explosion first. And you want it a good ISO top right. So remember, if you didn't make yours in the correct orientation, just click the custom view right here. Set it whichever orientation you need it to be. ISO top right is pretty normal for us though. So you want it in this orientation. And then just say finish custom view. We want it to be shaded. We want no trails, and we want no tangent edges. And we can just hit OK here. Right click OK. And now we have our train body set down. Next we'll want to add the assembly. So I'm going to just come back to base, add in the assembly, and put it right next to it. ISO top right again. Oops, I forgot to color this one, so I'm going to come back in and shade it. Make sure my tangent edges are turned off. Alright, there we go. So we'll just kind of take these, make sure they're centered up. Next thing you're going to want to do is add your parts list and balloon it. So under annotate, you're going to click parts list and choose your parts list here in your file. You want it out of the train assembly, so I'm going to go down to train assembly, hit OK, hit OK. It's going to tell you this thing about a bill of materials. Just hit OK on that. And then dock this down here in the bottom corner. Now if we look at it, it's got some blanks. We want to alter these. So I'm going to double click on them. Click on my first column chooser button here. And just remove description. And I want to add in material and volume. So material, we're going to add it over there. And volume, we're going to add over there. Okay, and we're just going to hit OK. Apply that, and OK. And then you should see here a nice updated parts list. Now remember, these should be in all caps. So if yours is like this one, just come back through, retyping whatever it is you need to use here. So I've done cow catcher, axle peg, oops, hitch magnet. Now if you hit enter, it'll do what just happened. So be sure you hit the down arrow, or you can click on the next one. Either way you want to do it. And then all these generics, remember we should have changed this to ABS plastic. So make sure you change over to ABS plastic in your parts. So do that to all of them, hit apply. Then you should see over here, it might be a little bigger, you might have to readjust some things. But it should all fit. Eventually make it all nice and pretty. Okay? So once you have this part done, we're going to go ahead and balloon it. So balloons, let me show you how these should look. You kind of want some kind of rhyme to them, or reason, or pattern. So again, make sure that you're clicking in your edge. Do you see how my edge of the leader here is coming from the inside of the part? We don't want that. We want the edge to come from the edge of the part. Alright? So it should point directly at an edge. It shouldn't go over a part like this. You'll be reduced points for that. So be sure you get it coming off of an edge. Alright? Let me move this up real quick. See, I'm just going to delete it all together. We'll start that over. So balloon, I'm going to come from the edge here, and I'm just going to double click. And then my next one, like say the train body, I'm going to come up about at the same angle as the other line, and then put it on line. So you can see here how the dots show that it's on the same line. And that just keeps things looking kind of nice, like you planned it, so they're not just slapped up on there. Alright, so those are those four, and then you come down here and do the same thing to the rest of them. So say you want, oops, didn't mean to double click that. Say you want to get your cow catcher here, and then your wheel as well, put it on the same line, your axle peg on the same line, your linkage arm on the same line. Oh, that one's not wanting to play, but we can get it close enough. And then finally this last one. Okay, so now you can see they're all lined up and they look good. All right. Next thing we're gonna do is set up the train body. So I'm going to come back here to place views, hit new sheet, fill this in again, miniature train, Peterson, first period, and then train body. Now this is where